Now that you are in a deep trance, we are going to give you a trigger, or reinforce it if you already have it. The trigger phrase is "I am a foxy kitsune." If you use this trigger phrase, or if someone that you are okay with triggering you says the trigger phrase "you are a foxy kitsune," you will undergo the transformation that you are about to experience again at whatever speed you want. Additionally, you will instantly turn back into a human if you use the reset phrase "I am not a foxy kitsune," or if someone that you are okay with resetting you says the reset phrase "you are not a foxy kitsune." Now your transformation is beginning. First, feel a warm and soft sensation on your back as a long coat of soft and fluffy fur starts to grow. It can be whatever color and pattern you want, and even have special markings on it if you want it to. Feel as it spreads from your back and across your chest, consuming any hair that you have as it does so. Just let it relax you as it spreads down your arms and legs, a nice and satisfying wave of warm softness relaxing you as your fur spreads. It reaches your hands and feet where the satisfying waves come to a stop. Then, the fur begins to flow up your neck and onto your head. You can let any hair that you have stay if you want it to, but if not, you can just let your fur replace it as if it was never there. Of course, hair is just a special name for fur on humans, so if you do keep it, you can let it gain the colors and patterns of your fur, as well as any special markings that you want it to have. Now, just enjoy feeling your face stretch forwards as it forms a long muzzle, your nose becoming nothing more than a small triangular thing at the end of it. But that's fine, you like your new nose, it makes you happy. After that, your finger and toenails shift to the front of what will soon be your hand and foot paws, but you'll have to wait for that. As they move, they start to become shaped like claws, turning black, but only being as sharp as your nails already were. Now, you know how I said that you would soon have hand and foot paws? Well, I wasn't lying. To me, the difference between hands and feet and hand paws and foot paws is the presence of paw pads. So, feel a slight pulling sensation on the palms of your hands and the bottom of each segment of your fingers, as well as on the balls of your feet, the bottom of each segment of your toes, and your heels. In these places your fur is falling out, but that's fine. You see, the reason that your fur is falling out in those places is that you are getting a wonderful set of paw pads just for you. They can be whatever color you like, but if you don't have a color in mind, they will simply be black. Your paw pads are nice and squishy, and I know you'll enjoy them quite a bit. With that done, feel your ears move to the top of your head as they become the tall cone-shaped ears of a fox. These new ears are extra strong, and your hearing will be even better wherever you face them. After all, fox ears have quite a large range of motion, and it's one that you are going to be able to enjoy to the fullest. Next, your toes merge and change shape, giving you a perfect set of 4 fox toes for each of your foot paws. The only difference between your toes and those of a full-on fox are that yours are appropriately sized for human feet. Otherwise, they are completely indistinguishable from those of a fox. Now, not just are your feet changing, but so are your legs as your feet grow and your lower legs begin to shrink. Before long, your lower legs will be as short as your feet had been, and your feet will be as long as your lower legs had been. However, moving around like this would be rather awkward, so you'll find that as of this very moment, your muscle memory is changing so that you crouch your legs and bend your feet upwards as much as you can when standing, forcing you to walk digitigrade, which just means that you are a creature that walks on your toes. The only issue with this is that walking on your toes is actually bad for you, so you won't actually do it. However, you will see and feel your paws as if you are walking on your toes. In fact, you can just let the knowledge of how this works fade from your mind if you want, as to not disrupt the immersion of your wonderful new form. Although, you can keep it if it makes you feel more comfortable. But that's enough about your feet and legs, so let's talk about your eyes. You see, your eyes are starting to change as your pupils become slitted and your irises take on the color of light yellow. This change will take some time, so why don't we use it to change your mind a bit? If there are any fox-like behaviors that you would like to gain, whether it be something simple like yipping occasionally when you are speaking and being more mischievous like a true kitsune would be, or something more intense like only being able to walk on all fours, you can just think about them and let them become a part of this new form, the form and the changes to your mind becoming one and the same. You can't have the form without having the changes to your mind. Of course, you can always change these changes if you want, or you could simply choose to have none at all. And with that you have become a truly wonderful kitsune. Use this time to become aware of your body and how wonderful it feels. Although, it seems like something is missing, and if you focus on your form I know that you'll realize this too. Of course. You are missing the best part of your new body, your 9 fox tails. However, you are no ordinary fox, so it's only natural that your tails aren't ordinary. No, your tails will be the best in all of the land. So, feel 9 pulling sensations at the base of your spine as they start to grow, taking on whatever color, markings, and pattern that you want. They are truly wonderful, being as large as your torso is and as long as you are tall. You feel blissful as they grow, euphoric even. The fur on them is silky and soft, its fluffiness knowing no match. Not only that, but the fur is extra long and never gets dirty, making your tails perfect for burying your face in or using as a pillow. They're even perfect for snuggling with, which is really nice because you'll find that no matter what you will absolutely love your tails and you'll want to just hug them to your chest very often, but only when it would be reasonable to. If your tails are done growing that's fine, but if they aren't you can let them keep going while I tell you more about them, and even longer if they are growing in particularly slowly. You see, when you aren't consciously controlling them, your tails will flourish out behind you proudly, displaying your majesty to the world. Even if you know that you are the only one that can perceive them, you will still find yourself moving to show them off, feeling pride in your tails whenever you do so. However, that might take some effort to be able to do because even if you are used to controlling a tail, you will likely find that the mental effort that it requires to control 9 is beyond your current capabilities. But with time and practice you will learn to master them. Finally, I want you to be able to enjoy being a wonderful kitsune as much as you want. However, that also means that you must be safe as one, so know that the effects of this hypnosis file will become inactive if they are a risk to your physical body or your well-being, if they are a risk to your social or professional life, if there is an emergency that they would prevent you from dealing with to the best of your abilities, or if they are a risk to your mental health. Also, any effect of this hypnosis file that was an issue will become active again once it no longer will be one. Additionally, you will never find this hypnosis file or the effects of it to be even slightly addicting. And with that your transformation has come to an end, or maybe it hasn't on the off chance that your tails are still growing. If they are, then simply enjoy the euphoria that their growth brings. Otherwise, you will now feel an irresistible compulsion to hug one to your chest and bury your face in it. That's a good kitsune, just enjoying how wonderfully soft and silky and fluffy your tails are. I do believe that my work here is done, and I'm happy to have done it. However, that means that this session is almost over, so goodbye, my foxy friend.